Hey y'all, this is where wisdom meets wit and the stories get wild. And we have a wild story to tell you. Only this story is on a little bit more of a serious note, so you can kind of see some real life with us. This story is about Stacy.
A year and a few months ago was a very devastating time in our lives. We lost everything we had to a wildfire. And so we had to start from scratch. Now, to go back a little further than that, in the 80s, we lost everything to a tornado. So this was our second time around. And it was a whole lot easier when you were in your 20s than your 60s to start life over. But we have been extremely blessed. God has provided immensely. We did not rebuild where we were. We found this home and remodeled it, and it was closer to our church, closer to friends and family. So we feel very blessed. And the thing is, I couldn't have done it without these two. They came and dug through the ashes to find what they could. You all talk about that a little bit.
Well, I was just thinking about that because, you know, when you have an entire house burned down and all of your contents and you've got nothing but ashes, it's a lot of ashes. It's a lot of ashes. And as my daughters were there and my nieces and sister and sister-in-law and Cheryl, and you know, we all took our time, but it was just amazing how we were able to find some of the smallest things that mattered the most to you, like, you know, wedding rings from past generations, and how we were able to find those things in the midst of a household full of ashes. And it's just a reminder that, you know, we're seen. God sees us, and God takes care of us in the most difficult times. But you can, in the midst of the storm and in the midst of everything gone, you can still laugh, because we have moments from those days sifting through the ashes where we laughed.
Yes.
And we were able to find joy in the midst of devastation. Cheryl?
Well, I just remember the night that the fire happened, and it was a wildfire that had come through the town where they lived, and Lonnie and Stacy had been evacuated from their home, and they went to some friends' house that we have a life group with, and we were watching the news and just watching Lonnie and Stacy, seeing the video playing and realizing that was their house, and knowing that that was their home that was burning at that time, and that was devastating to me. And the first time pulling up to the house after it had burned and just seeing how God had worked through that whole thing. There were houses on either side of them that really were not even touched, and but their house was gone, literally gone. Their fireplace stood there, but it was just gone. And I think we all knew right then and there that, you know, God had a plan in all of that, and that's important to be able to, in that moment, realize that this may be devastating, but God hasn't left us.
And He has provided beyond anything that we could have imagined. We are now living our dream. We have our dream home. It wasn't the one we had planned, but when you turn your things over to God and allow Him and let His dream be your dream, you see what it is. And this is our dream home. It's our dream property. Lonnie has the land that he wants. He's got plenty of toys. He's got his building. He gets to do all that he's wanted to. And I have a beautiful home that I'm proud of, that now I can have lots of people over. It's big enough to have big groups over. And so it's just been a blessing over and over. So was it hard? Yes. Very difficult. Every day we're like, just like before the tornado, it took us years that we would quit saying, did we have that before the tornado or after the tornado? So we're now saying, was that before the fire or after the fire? But it really, everything's just stuff. We got out, we got our dogs out, and unfortunately we lost some precious things. My mother had passed away in the last few years. His mother had passed away. So we had so many heirlooms. We had every family picture there was, and we lost all of that. Those things are hard, but the rest, it really doesn't matter. And even those don't matter. I mean, we're living every day without them. It's not something that's, keeping us alive. So though it was a very, very difficult time, I have never been at more peace than when we were going through it. God opened doors for us to rent the right place that would allow us to have dogs. He opened the door for us to purchase this home. We had an incredible guy remodeling for us. Everything has come into place, and we give Him glory for all of it, because He knew we needed to be here, and it took a lot. He could have just said, hey, go. Instead, He did it. For me, I was stubborn enough probably that He needed to just burn it down. Whatever. But it's okay. God got us to where we needed to be, and we are blessed.
Good story. It's just an example of how you can get through the hard times when you've got people to lean on, you've got the Lord to lean on, and you've got family that'll step into the ashes with you.
Yes.
More wit, more wisdom, and wild stories next time. Bye-bye.